So in this group of 40 students, 26 students like orange but not banana, while 32 students like orange. Okay, and 32 students like orange. Does it mean that they don't like banana? Then some of them may like banana out of 32. Okay, a few of them. But this includes people who also like banana. If all the students like at least one of the two fruits, that means all the those 40 students like at least banana or orange. There is no one who does not like both the fruits. Okay, find the number of students who like both orange and banana, and the second question is only banana. So let's draw the Venn diagram for this. So let us call the set of students who like orange, let's call it them O, and let the set of students who like banana be denoted by P. Okay, and this is your universal set, and the cardinality of the universal set, total of how many students? 40. So cardinality of the universal set is 40. Okay, so I write let O and B denote the set of students who like orange and banana respectively. Okay, now let's read the question and try to label. 26 students like orange but not banana. 26 students like orange only, so you can write directly within the circle 26. Okay, while 32 like orange, so 32 like orange, that means this includes some people who like may like banana, so we write 32 here. Okay, um, if all the students like at least one of the fruit, find the number of people. Now we have the two questions, so we have whatever was given, we have labeled it in the figure. Okay, okay, so now from the Venn diagram, if you see that just give me a minute. Okay, so now from the Venn diagram, if you see that 26 is only represents only this part of the circle. They like only oranges and not banana. So 26 is only this part of the circle. Whereas 32 is the entire circle O, right? So therefore, what will be this part here? Those who like both the fruits, 32 minus 26, right? So this part is going to be 36, 32 in fact, minus 26, right? Which is equal to 6. So your first question is number of students who like orange and banana is equal to those number of students who like oranges minus number of students who like orange only and not banana, which is equal to 6. That answers the first question. Okay. Next question. How many students like only banana? Okay. Let's say X students like only banana. Okay. So I say let X be the number of students who like only banana. So therefore, what can you say? Number of students who like only banana plus the number of students who like only oranges plus the number of students who like both must be equal to total number of people, total number of students. So therefore, what can I write? x plus 6 plus 26. X plus 26 plus 6 must be equal to 40, right? That means x plus 32 is equal to 40. That means x must be equal to 40 minus 32. So how many students like only banana? It is 8. So you can write here, I got the value of x, you can write x is equal to 8. And that's it. That's all the question. Any question here? No question? Can I move to the next, the assignment part? Okay, assignments. Look at question number 1. Now I'll just give you an outline for all these questions. Okay, you can do it on your own. If A is equal to letters of the word integrity, so A is a set x such that, just give me a minute. Okay, x such that x is a letter of the word okay. That means what is the set x in tabular form? So the set A consists of all these letters. Okay. The set B here is x such that x is a letter of the word reckoning. So what is the set B? The set B is all these letters. Now you need to verify these. First question is verify that cardinality of A union B is equal to cardinality of A plus cardinality of B minus cardinality A intersection B. Okay, so let's first write the set A union B. If you see the set A union B, what is the set A union B here? Okay, have I done this question earlier? I have a feeling I have done this question. Yes. Can you tell me if I have done this question? Since I have done this question, so I'll leave this question. Yes.
Sir, but we have not done in this way.
I think you can do because you already know the outline. Which way are
Yes,
you
sir.
talking about? Which way?
So the verify that
This was of
A, B, C. We
Okay,
have
okay,
not done in that way.
okay. It's the same question precisely.
that was one
There
of the book question.
yes, you are out there. You are finding A union B, A intersection B. Here, you just have to count the number of elements in A union B and A intersection B. That is the only difference.
Yes, sir.
So I think you can do it. Let's move on to number 2. Given here that the cardinality of the universal set is 32, cardinality of the set A is 20, the cardinality of the set B is 16, cardinality of A union B complement is equal to 4. You need to find out the following cardinalities. First question is you need to find out the cardinality of A union B. So how do you find out the cardinality of A union B? So
Sir, A plus A complement equals to universal set.
cardinality of A union B plus cardinality of A union B complement must be equal to cardinality of xi, right? So that means cardinality of A union B plus cardinality of A union B complement is given to you and cardinality of xi is given to you. So you can find out. So therefore, what is the cardinality of A union B? 32 minus 4, which is equal to 28. Okay, so that answers the first question. Second question is cardinality of A intersection B. Okay, cardinality. How will you find out cardinality of A intersection B? If all these are given, we use the cardinality theorem, right? From the cardinality theorem, remember, if cardinality of A union B is given and cardinality of A is given and cardinality of B is given, then you can easily find out the cardinality of A intersection B, or the other way around also. What does the cardinality theorem state? Cardinality of A union B is equal to cardinality of A plus cardinality B minus cardinality A intersection B. Now see, all these are given to you. You have to find out the cardinality of A intersection B. So cardinality of A union B we have found above, 28. So put it here. Cardinality of A is given to you, 20. Cardinality of B is also given, 16, minus cardinality A intersection. So you can find out the cardinality from here. So 28 is equal to 36 minus cardinality A intersection B. That means cardinality A intersection B is equal to 36 minus 28, which is equal to 8. Okay. So that is what this is. Third, cardinality of A union B. How do you find out the cardinality of A union B? A union B. Okay, not A union B. This is A minus B. Okay. Cardinality A minus B. See what is given. And what have we found out? You have already found out cardinality of A union B as 28, right? Now, how can you write cardinality of A minus B in terms of cardinality A union B? From the Venn diagram, you can check that cardinality of A minus B is nothing but cardinality of A union B minus the cardinality of B. Right? From the Venn diagram, you can check how much is the cardinality of A union B. Who wants to say what is the cardinality of A union B?
Sir is a hacker, sir. Anmol Srivastava.
Okay. Okay. Now tell me what is the cardinality of A union B here that we have found out? It is 28. And what is the cardinality of B here? How much was it? 16. 28 minus 16. It's 12. Okay. So that completes the third question also. Okay. So let us move on to the next problem then. This answers all the questions from 2. Given here, cardinality A minus B is equal to 12. Cardinality B minus A is 16. And cardinality A intersection B is equal to 5. You need to find out the cardinality of A. Now, how do you find out? See that cardinality of A intersection B is given to you here, right? And you need to find out the cardinality of A. So what is the relation between cardinality of A and cardinality of A intersection B? So we have cardinality of, see that A minus B and B minus A also given. So what is the relation between these three? Cardinality A minus B is equal to cardinality of A minus cardinality A intersection B, right? This is the relation. You can check it with the help of Venn diagram, right? So in the next step, you can put it here. 12 is equal to cardinality of A we need to find out, and cardinality of A intersection B is given. So therefore, you can solve for cardinality of A. Cardinality of A is 12 plus 5, which is equal to 17. Fine. Second one, cardinality B minus A. Cardinality B minus A. In this relation only, just interchange A and B. What do you get? Cardinality B minus cardinality B intersection A, isn't it? And you know that cardinality of B is the same as cardinality of A intersection B, isn't it? So now put the values here. Cardinality B minus A is how much? 16. Cardinality B you need to find out, and cardinality A intersection B you know. So that means cardinality of B is 16 plus 5, which is equal to 21. Okay, and finally you have cardinality A union B. So now how will you find cardinality A union B? See that you have already found out cardinality of A, you have found out the cardinality of B. You also know the cardinality of A intersection B. So you use cardinality theorem to find out cardinality of A union B. So from the cardinality theorem, cardinality of A union B is equal to cardinality of A plus cardinality of B minus cardinality of A intersection B. And you know that the cardinality of A you have found above to be 17. 21 you have found out the cardinality of B, and the cardinality of A intersection B is already given to you as 5. Okay, so this is 38 minus 5, which is equal to 33. That's it. Okay, fine. So always remember that the relation between cardinality A union B and cardinality of A intersection B is the cardinality theorem. It gives a relation between both the cardinalities of A union B as well as A intersection B. Let us attempt the fourth question here. Fourth question here is, let me make this a little bigger. Okay. Okay. Now this is big enough. So first question. This Venn diagram is given to you. First question. Set A. What is set A? All the elements within this circle, right? So set A is 0, 9, 7, 11, 5, and 8. Okay, next question is set B. So what is the circle that represents set B? This region represents set B. So all the elements within this. What are the elements? 5, 8, 2, and 6. Okay. Next question is Xi, the universal set. All the elements within the rectangle. Whatever element that you see, whatever number that you see within the rectangle, you write all of them. Order does not matter. Okay. And there's a 12 also. Fine. Number 4, A complement. All the elements that are outside the circle representing the set A. All these elements. Okay. Except those that are within the circle representing A. So A complement is 1, 4, 2, 6, 12. Clear? B complement. All those outside the circle. This region represents B complement. So what are the numbers in this area? You have 0, 9, 7, 11, 1, 4, and you have 12. This is your B complement. Next, A union B. A union B is all the elements within the two circles. So write all the elements within the two circles. Okay. A intersection B. The element only in the common part, this part. Only 5 and 8. Number 8. A union B complement. Whatever is there outside the two circles, that will be your representing A union B complement. So which one will be A union B complement? All this. Whatever is there outside the two circles. Okay, so this is 1, 4, 12. Number 9. A intersection B complement. A intersection B complement is whatever is there outside the common area of the circle. So whatever is there within the circle, just exclude the common part of the circle. Right? What is there? All the elements that are there in the circle except this common part. So you omit this part, right? So you have 1, 4, 0, 9, 7, 11, 2, 6, and 12. Any question here? Any question till this part? No question? Is clear? Okay. So we move on to the next question then. The next question is a question on Venn diagrams. Now number 6 I'm not going to do because number 6 is a very similar problem to the one that I have discussed, the first problem from Venn diagrams. Okay. So I'm sure you can do this on your own. Number 5 only I will discuss here. Okay. In a class of 60 students, 40 students like maths, 36 like science, and 24 like both the subjects. Draw a Venn diagram, and then you have certain questions you have to answer. So first, let us draw the Venn diagram for this. So you have math students. So set of math student denoted by M. The set of science students, let's denote by S. Okay. And the total number of students is 60. So cardinality of Xi, the universal set is 60. 40 students like maths. If the students like maths, does not mean that they don't like science. There may be some who like science also. So we'll write here in brackets 40. And 36 like science. So 36 students like science does not mean they will not like maths. Some of them may like maths. And 24 like both the subjects. So 24 like both the subjects. So we write in the common part of the circles, right? Draw a Venn diagram. Okay, fine. We have done the Venn diagram, except for writing within the two circles. We'll do that. Now find the number of students who like number 1. Maths only. So how many will like maths? Can anyone tell me? Number of students who like maths only. Yes, anyone? Tell me how many students like maths?
So 16.
How?
So 24 minus 40. So 40 minus 20, 24.
Yes. So number of students who like maths minus number of students who like both. So which is equal to 40 minus 20, which is 16. Next question. Number of students who like science only. Similarly, you can write number of students who like science only is how much? 36 minus 24. Equal to 12, right? Next, either maths or science. So now 16 students like maths. Let's write 16 here. And 12 students like science only. So let's write 12 here. So how many students like either maths or science or both? 16 plus 24 plus 12, right? So number of students who like either maths or science or both is equal to 16 plus 24 plus 12, right? So this is 48. So 48 students like science or maths or both. Fourth question is who like neither maths nor science. Now, if there are in a class of how many students are there? 60 students. 48 like science or maths or both. So how many like students like neither maths nor science? How many?
So 60 minus 48.
Exactly. So number of students who like neither maths nor science is equal to total number of students 60 minus number of students who like either maths or science or both, equal to 12. So where will you write 12 here? 12 will return here outside the two circles. Anywhere outside the two circles you can write 12. Okay. So that is it. I'll stop here.